Hey guys, what's up? It's 1987 Mastermind here. I figured it's been a while, I know. But anyways, let's not get into that. I want to talk about a game I'm really loving, and I have a history with these developers, in the past. So I thought I'd give you my thoughts, because I'm really starting to enjoy this game a lot, and it's just gratifying when you have such a game, that's so difficult, and you know, at first it's hard and you figure it out and it's frustrating and all that stuff. Um, and then eventually, you work, you learn the enemy's pattern, you learn what to do, and with diligence and stuff like that, you beat it, right? So, okay, so the game that I'm talking about, of course, is Bloodborne, PS4. Now, I have a history with the developer From Software. I played Dark Souls 1, and I quit after the first boss because, again, you know, it was just impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess call me a casual, whatever you want me to, whatever you want to, whatever satisfies you. But again, same thing with Dark Souls 2. I got further into the game because I beat the second boss of the game. And again, I think the reason what kept me going, well, not again, but I think the reason um, I quit Dark Souls 1 and 2 is because, again, it has this mechanic where every time you die, you lose your health. And you have to get these human effigies in order to become human again. So every time you die, you lose your health, and it becomes impossible. And your health, you have a health that, let's say, goes, this big, and then becomes this big. And it just was impossible. So I feel like Bloodborne, they made it a little easier for those who had, I guess they wanted to include people. I mean, don't get me wrong, still, it's crazy difficult, and I'm sure I'm only 3 bosses in. I beat the cleric beast and Father Gascoigne. I don't think that's how you pronounce his name. Whatever, it's a crazy medieval name, or some old London name. So I don't know. And then I beat Bloodstar Beast with. I'll admit I did that with someone else, but I actually probably could have done it with myself, because the first time when I beat that boss in the second try, and the first try I actually got his health down to almost half. So I am up to the fourth boss because I know the room. I got to the room where the boss was. I actually looked at before I bought the game because, again, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to buy this game and I would be able to, I don't know about beat it, but get just really far into the game. I'll be satisfied if I beat like 9 or 10 bosses and then I don't finish it. I wouldn't even care because it would make me feel good, because I had issues in the past with the Dark Souls games, and to finally be able to play a game like this, I could see why everybody loves Dark Souls so much and Demon Souls and those series, because it has that gratification when you're having a hard time with a certain boss or with a certain area of the game with a certain enemy, and then you finally overcome it and you learn its pattern, then you feel like, yes, I did it. That's crazy, and it gets so frustrating, and I, again, I wanted to talk about this. The main reason why I think that I'm able to beat this game is for 2 things. One, when you die in this game, you don't lose your health. You don't lose your maximum health in this game. You don't have to worry about that, which was one of my main issues with Dark Souls. Because I thought, look, I guess call me a casual again, but I just thought it wasn't fair. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought, hey, I've lost my health. How am I supposed to do this? And then what happened was in Dark Souls 2 is that there was no more human effigies, and I don't know where else to find those human effigies, and I couldn't do it. In this game, they don't do that. And this game, you could grind and grind and grind and grind, and then eventually you see these enemies becoming like nothing. You can just flick them, bye, 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 and then you could just if you want, you could go to all the areas in the game you discover, and you could get 30,000 souls just like that. You keep doing that over and over and over and over again until you're too high of a level and you have to go to another area where they give you more souls. Then it's like nothing. Then you can beat it. And then I had such an easy time with these bosses because, again, I leveled up. I overpowered them because I leveled up, and I don't have to worry about the fact that, again, I'm going to lose my health. And all I have to do is just continue leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. I just got a new weapon that's a better weapon, and I'm just enjoying this game. To me, this is one of the best games I've played in a very long time. Besides, like The Last of Us, I mean, this game's up there. But, it's just, I think it's gonna be one of my favorite games again because I'll have that feeling like I beat it, I did it, I did it. Oh my gosh, I finally. My God, I remember. You think back to yourself, like, man, I had such a hard time with Dark Souls 1. Man, I had such a time. I never played Demon Souls, but I heard that's like the hardest one of all of them. Man, I had such a hard time with Dark Souls 2. And, finally to be able to play this type of game was fun. And I could see why, again, to repeat myself, to reiterate, I could see why people love this game so much because it has that gratification when you die 500 times and you finally figure out, oh, that's how you do it. Because, again, I don't think this game punishes you. It's not cheap. Again, if you die, it's because you didn't learn the boss's pattern. You made the mistake. In other words, this game's based on skill and on strategy, and it's not like these other typical casual games like a Call of Duty or like a Battlefield or like some of these other games. So I really feel like wow, I feel so like accomplished. And this game definitely is easier than some of the other games that even Lords of the Fallen. That's also like they compare that to Dark Souls, and that game just couldn't beat that game because again because that I think that reason why I didn't beat that game was because the movement in the game was just so slow and like I think the reason why I'm so good at this game, I mean I'm not good but I'm better, is because the fast-paced movement. I'm more of like that's much more of my style. This game caters to my style of play, so I think that's why my eyes something in there, whatever. That's why I'm able to beat this game. I mean have an easier time, I guess. So you know what I guess, hope you guys enjoyed my impressions of Bloodborne as compared to Dark Souls. And again, for those who want a challenge and wants to feel awesome, like yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, this game's hard. You're gonna be frustrated. There was a time where I had like 20,000 souls, and I died to this guy, and this guy that like basically puts you into this tight prison type thing where you have, where you're captured and you lose all. I lost all my souls. It's just frustrating. But again, it just makes the game more tense. That I don't mind as much because I could always go back to the lamp and go back to Hunter's Dream and we get my souls again. There's just fight those same enemies over and over because these guys keep on respawning. They don't. It's not like in Dark Souls 2. I think after a while these enemies stop respawning, so it's harder to grind. And I think I saw all these YouTubers say the main thing in this game. I would say farming. Grinding, 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 because then eventually you'll see that a lot of these enemies you'll beat within seconds, and then the bosses will go down like nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to continue grinding, 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 so this way the rest of the game I could beat like nothing, That's what I want. I want to be able to enjoy it, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed those impressions. This is 1987 Mastermind, signing out.